702.
The Big Interview
With Bongani Bingwa.
Let's start in the city of Johannesburg, where the security crisis is no longer just a budgeting problem. It's possibly a test of credibility. So listen to this. The city spends more than 16 million rand every month on outsourced private security, including over R1 million every month to guard the condemned Metro Centre, a building so unsafe even staff can't use it. So they've got more than 4,000 insourced security guards, a program that was launched in 2018. But the Metro Centre has cost the city almost 200 million rand as a result of break-ins, copper theft and vandalism over the last 5 years. But it's not just the Metro Centre. Over 105 municipal facilities are guarded by private firms. And so you have to ask the question, who stands to benefit from all of this? First up, let's talk to Shakes Chabalala, who is a DA councillor who raised some of these concerns via questions. Shakes, a very good morning to you and welcome to our program.
Good morning, Bongani and the listeners of Studio 2, and thank you very much for having us.
So the city has 4,000 of its own guards, what they call insourced guards, and yet still spends another 16 million rand on outside private firms. How did we get there?
In fact, Bongani, when we insourced about 4,000 security personnel, we had about 1,000 something on our payroll. So basically, we have about 5,000 personnel, but the city has decided, under the leadership of the ANC and its coalition partners, to go this route of outsourcing security personnel.
I mean, as I understand it, there's a Regulation 36 which allows then the city to operate under emergencies. And is this what is being used then to hire some of these firms?
Look, Bongani, it is unfortunate that some of the supply chain officials were pressurized, were forced to use the Regulation 36, even though there's no emergency at all. There's no security vacuum, there's no security agency, because we have about 5,000 personnel that is available at our disposal, that we should be guarding these facilities. But unfortunately, the city has decided, Bongani, to go the private route.
The Metro Centre is the old Civic Centre, am I correct?
That's correct.
The old Civic Centre in Bromfontein. So it was deemed structurally unsafe. There are guards who are meant to protect it, but over the last 5 years, there continue to be break-ins, copper theft, and all kinds of vandalism.
Bongani, it is unfortunate that this building or this property has been deemed to be unsafe, and it is because of the failures of the ANC to ensure that this property is maintained over the years, and that is what we are sitting with today. But what matters the most now is that on top of what we are spending on months to guard this facility, we continue to experience break-ins at this particular facility. And
despite the security guards being there?
Despite the security guards being there that are supposed to be guarding this property for 24/7.
Gosh, appreciate your time, Shakes Chabalala there, the Democratic Alliance councillor on the line. And you can see the two layers of this thing, right? Firstly, they're procuring private services under an emergency regulation. And of course, if vandalism, theft, and break-ins continue, then they can say, look, it's an emergency. We can't afford for this thing to go to tender. And so we just have to give it to this guy or to that guy, right? Because if we wait, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. And so they spend millions on private security. And whilst the city is also losing out on the millions due to the problems that are being created, despite that security being there, makes you wonder.